Peepnut is the first American player to win 2 majors this year, and there have been so many major winners, but somehow only the repeat players have been like Spargo and then a bunch of Japanese players. And Peepnut, literally with this, maybe punches himself as the #1 American player in the world. He won Let's Make Moves Miami. Thank God. That's like the best part about Luminosity not being like a huge thing anymore, is I can actually say Let's Make Moves Miami instead of Luminosity Makes Moves Miami, because that was stupid. But anyway, we're going to be talking about Peepnut's win. First off, his victory against Apollo Kage in winners quarterfinals, and of course the grand finals versus the second place merchant, Sonics. And I don't say that disparagingly, getting second isn't really impressive. I want Sonics to win. I want him to break his curse. Surely by the end of 2025 he'll win a major. I don't even know how many majors there are anymore the rest of the year, but I really hope he wins one. So first off, we have Apollo Kage versus Peabnut. Of course, this is known as a good matchup for Mega Man, but I kind of want to see how Peabnut breaks it down, because the main things about this matchup are it's really, really hard for Snake to establish any of his camping game because of pellets. Mega Man can kind of just like weave around all the different patterns and stuff, and then you actually are pretty good at edge guarding him, because Snake is a little bit scary to go high because of that up air. So those are a couple of the main things, and also yeah, that uppie is just going to do a really good job disengaging, literally immediately going forward, having the forward air as well, and suddenly there's a 50% lead. Platform pressure super strong, having the ability to pressure all these areas against Snake without really the threat of like blowing up from grenades is like kind of crazy. Plus he just tried to footstool out of shield down B, so that's another thing you can do. Peepnut's been playing this matchup since the beginning of this game, obviously, but I remember a lot of his sets with the other top Snake players, and it's always a grind. So, granted, that's kind of just how Peepnut plays nowadays. It's always a grind because he's aware that, like, positionally, he kind of needs to be careful a lot of the time, especially against a lot of the top tiers, which I'm sure we'll see more of later when we've watched the Sonics set. Yeah, just has a 90% lead casually. Apollo Kage doing a really good job of cooking these grenades a really long time to make it so that Peepnut can't really stop them while also disengaging. So he has to like choose one or the other, but gets a metal blade back toss into back air, and that is going to be the first stock. Just like, I feel like just the percent he got was so solid overall, and forcing a lot of grenade trades for Apollo Kage as well, which in this case are not going to be advantageous. There's leaf shield. Yeah, Apollo Kage having to shield his own grenade. Nice down tilt through the leaf shield. I didn't know that was a thing. Trying to find these aerials, does so with several. Oh, but the leaf shield actually going through the Nikita and then hitting Apollo Kage, so he couldn't even just like aim the Nikita differently. Some pellets. Ooh, tried to get a read with the grab, but not going to find it. There's the C4. Yeah, but of course, Peepnut knows better. And yeah, just again, disengaging. I like the crouches under the pellets. I think that is a super important tool for Snake. But when you're crouching, you're not doing anything other than not getting hit. So is that establishing any of your game plan? Not necessarily. And when you're down a stock and 60%, you kind of need to. And yeah, just trying to... Oh, Apollo Kage with definitely an early down smash on that second regrab, but ended up getting the up tilt, so it didn't much matter. But yeah, gotta be careful on those. Oh no, that's gonna be an SD because of that pellet, and then the air dodge, a forced error more so. Also, I'm watching on Twitch, so sorry for the 10-second go backs. But yeah, the pellet hitting the ledge jump and then tossing, tried to do a neutral air dodge, but got a directional one off stage, or maybe wanted to directional air dodge just onto platform. So unfortunate there, so that means Peepnut's gonna have an entire stock lead, and this is when it gets a little tricky. Also, just for reference, Apollo Kage had beat Shiny Mark the round before this, so he's playing well. He's playing, against the other really good Snake slayers, so this definitely was not out of the realm of possibility. However, Mega Man Snake, definitely a worse matchup for Snake than Pikachu. And yeah, we see just not a lot of commitment going on by either player. Peepnut, of course, not wanting to take damage because he doesn't want Apollo Kage to come back, and Apollo Kage not wanting to approach because then he's gonna get hit and die. Ooh, nice sticky, but not gonna be enough. Still on his body. There we go. Now it's on Snake, so now the camping gonna be super good for Peepnut. Actually, oh, he tried to up B into him just in case he blew up the C4. That would have been the game, but unfortunately not gonna be it. Apollo Kage with some mix, but the sticky is back on him, so something to be careful of if the timer goes down. Now it's back on Peepnut. Yeah, but also, Peepnut can just kind of disengage and shield, so not going to do too much there. There's going to be another leaf shield, 113. This is super death percent for Snake. Not able to get the back air, though, because of that grenade, so one extra chance of life, at least for Apollo Kage here. No double jump. Got to be a little scared. That's why you see him air dodge. That makes sense. And yeah, just Peepnut getting back to the ground with a single pellet is just so good in those positions. And we know that every little bit of percent helps because eventually things like back throw are going to start killing, or forward air from the ledge super killing. That's going to be a 2 stock for Peepnut. Very, very solid right there. And again, to be clear, AK's been playing super well recently as well, other than, you know, this tournament, but he's been kind of back on his, you know, one of the, maybe the best snake in North America. I'm still not 100% sure. There's a lot of good snakes, especially because we have Alendis in Mexico. Okay. No, okay, does not hit the edge guard, but yeah, also that up B is just going to allow Mega Man to get really far, and forward air will hit off of Cypher basically every time. Closer game at the beginning though, only 5% separate them. Definitely could have got a bigger punish. Tried to inch Apollo Kage into that grenade and knock it in himself, but again, the grenades are bigger for the people that threw them, like the last person to basically have them, so... Okay, almost got a jab block. That could have been an up tilt almost, but not quite gonna hit it. And yeah, I like the fact that Apollo Kage is like having these grenades in hand and rolling into Peepnut so he can be invincible while also approaching with these grenades in hand. I think that's pretty smart to get around all the pelts, and if you do get hit by a pellet, you're still close to Mega Man, so it's not as big of a deal. That's going to be... Oh, he actually air dodged through it. And the grenade hitting. Nice tilted shield up by Apollo Kage. Beautiful turnaround down tilt as well. Another one. And going to find the back air. AK finding the big hits, and that is going to be the first stock for him. You're going to up B high. Force Apollo Kage to go low. There's a grenade. And Apollo Kage trying to swing with a back air instead of going for an up B. Obviously scared of the forward air, so I don't necessarily blame him, but maybe an air dodge was correct there. And that is going to be evening up the stocks. What was that snake going to do with a metal blade? Wait, it like hit the edge of the platform and then fell. That was weird. And yeah, AK getting a bunch of damage right now. Peepnut being a little bit over aggressive, which is unlike him. Nice spot dodge around the grab. The Peepnut mix-ups are so scary there. And gets an up tilt on the landing. You kind of see AK pop off in the corner because again, this is a really hard matchup. And while AK has a bunch of experience at it, that doesn't make it any easier. Especially with how good Peepnut has been. Easily the best Mega Man player in the world at the moment. Okay, that's going to be a Z-drop up tilt, but not going to be the sweet spot, so it's not going to kill. Yeah, that was basically max range for the Z-drop and the up tilt, so not going to, unfortunately, get the kill. Let's see how much damage AK is going to be able to get. I don't remember if AK won a game in this sets, but if he does, this is looking like it. Granted, he hasn't got that much damage onto Peepnut right now, only 29%, and that's something that Mega Man can easily come back from. Up smash out of shield? No, AK just going to roll away. That's going to be a forward air. He does drop the grenade, so it is going to be 10% more on Peepnut, so not ideal for him. Either way, that's still only a 40% lead for Apollo Kage, but granted, he's been finding his hits, so I don't know if the... Oops, yeah, it's even. So Peepnut's winning. Nope, sorry, AK's winning again. Metal blades and grenades and so many projectiles right now, but again, I kind of like these type of games. The grenade's actually getting AK out of the... up air earlier, which I don't know if that's better or not. I mean, he takes about the same amount of damage, but he's not going to be in the same type of like flow chart advantage state that Peepnut is at this point known for. The SC4 no longer on the stage. Peepnut trying to get a greedy double jump, and AK got scared trying to grab the ledge and was just a little bit too low, so that air dodge is going to miss. Another SD for AK, and that is going to be 2-0 for Peepnut, and that's 9%, he'll take it. Game 3 gonna go back to small battlefield. Again, AK had a pretty big lead. The smaller stage compared to PS2 is helping just because, you know, in this matchup, definitely Snake has to be the aggressor, because like Mega Man's completely fine not doing literally anything. He will just continually slowly get damaged with pellets and stuff like that, so good with the leaf shield. Gonna get the downer? No, he's not actually. And yeah, suddenly this is a huge lead for Peepnut. This is looking more like game 1. Oh, tried to get a jab block there, which would have been the up tilt on Plat, which definitely would have killed Peepnut. Always being tricky, trying to find all these things. Nice nair by AK, but... Oh god, the Cypher back air, one of the strongest reversals in the game. Uh-oh, I don't think AK meant to go off stage there, but yeah, gonna go back. The forward air was kind of greedy, but Peepnut going off stage facing to the left, which means that he's not able to actually get a hit here off of Cypher because back air, since it's a multi-hit, will not hit Snake off of Cypher. None of the hits do 10% or more. Has the Nikita, yeah, but the forward air does kind of get rid of it. Yeah, crazy situation, but we do have now basically an even game. We see Peepnut trying to get some greedy forward airs in. AK runs back and gets an up tilt, punishing that aggression, which is why Peepnut doesn't play aggressive a lot. Ooh, C4 grab. Ew, that was so much damage. Oh, gets the Cypher as well. Up tilt. Oh my god! Snake sucks, dude. That sucks. That sucks. That would have been the stock. That was really good for Apollo Kage, but you gotta notice when the C4 falls off, there's a chance every time you get hit that the C4 falls off your body, and you have to notice it. But unfortunately, that is going to be the stock for Peepnut. And 69% on him, nice, but let's see how much damage he's able to accumulate before AK extends this lead, I suppose, potentially. Okay, gets a down air. Nikita. Yeah, Nikita's going to be huge because there is no, of course, hurt box on Mega Man's recovery. He can throw out his, his aerials and stuff, so it's going to be a little bit of a defense. What the hell? Forward smash? I think that was supposed to be a drop through, whatchamacallit, a drop through back air or something like that. Ooh, nice down air after the parry. That was super clean. And gets the Nikita as well, so 64%. Not too bad if you are a Snake main here. I mean, you're really heavy. Gets another grab, dude. This C4 into grab has been really good. Almost gets a forward air as well, but the reversal from Peabnut with that side B on the platform as well. Up throw, no forward throw. Almost gets it, barely too much percent for, rather on Apollo Kage to get that combo. Sometimes it's just barely off. And suddenly 67% on Peabnut again. This is looking good for AK. Ooh, Metal Blade into forward smash, expecting the air dodge through the back air. That is the normal combo from Mega Man, so I understand that logic completely. That was super smart by Peabnut. Does get it, and that is going to be a stock. But, again, AK has quite the strong lead, and when Snake has the lead in this matchup, it doesn't feel as bad because he's able to, have these grenade trades. He's able to just be a little bit more okay with nothing happening. But when you're losing and you're slowly racking up that percent, like when you're down a stock, it feels really, really bad. Peabnut trying to stay mobile. AK also staying mobile. His patterns right now are super hard to distinguish. Yeah, the cooked grenades, you gotta be careful. Has the Metal Blade in hand, leave shield, and cancels it. Oh, that would have been so good if he was able to hit like an up air there after the grenade. That would have been huge. Maybe honestly would have led to a game-winning sequence. Yeah, gonna double jump away from that. C4 can't land on Snake because the up tilt. Yeah, in this position, Peabnut definitely trying to get AK off stage. Didn't expect the Metal Blade to hit, so he was not ready to hit confirm. The ledge? Oh no, that could have been something big if he did a ledge hop Metal Blade. That might have been ledge hop Metal Blade up tilt. I don't know if that works, but it feels like it would, so I don't know. He gets a forward air, getting pretty close to last hit. The C4 is on the right. No, it's not there anymore. I was going to say the right side of the center. C4 not on plat either, so right now Peabnut does not have to worry about C4, and the amount of time that it takes to drop one there, it is on the left side, or sorry, the right side of the left platform. So now Peabnut a little bit encroached on, yeah, the space, but he ends up shielding it. C4 is so cool. Just having that stage. Okay. He'll take it, I guess. I mean, he deserves it after the C4 dropped in this game, so that's fine. That's going to be 2-1. AK playing, I mean, game 1, he has D'd. At the end of game 2, he also has D'd, to be fair, but he's been playing overall very well, so let's see what happens in this game 4. Gonna go to Battlefield. Hopefully this top plat for Peabnut does help him disengage a little bit because he's having to land on Snake a couple too many times, whether it's with grenades or up tilts and stuff like that, trying to bait some type of mistake there. Oh, gets a back air and the grenade actually whiffs. Air dodging, trying to get out of this, but AK chases down with the dash attack. Yeah, that top plat going to be huge, just being able to land and harass with these down airs and kind of force Snake, if he wants to hit the platform, to commit really, really hard. And then if Peabnut doesn't go there, then suddenly Peabnut's the one with stage control. Yeah, Metal Blade, this feels entirely different because of that top plat. We literally saw a couple interactions already centered around it. Big deal. The thing is, I don't even blame AK for banning this because you have to ban FD in this matchup, and I'm not quite sure what the second ban is. Maybe it's PS2, maybe it's Town. But either way, I understand completely leaving Battlefield open because in theory it's a good Snake stage. It's just you have to get the lead, and against Peabnut, it's really hard to get the lead. Yeah, just whittling down the shield with the Metal Blades, the grenades blowing up. Metal Blades thrown to ping grenades as well. Just Peabnut is so aware of all these little different positional things, and it's really, really impressive. Goes super high, gets an up smash. No, he doesn't actually find it. The up tilt gonna whiff the sweet spot as well, but still huge lead right now. 123 is a lot. Taking that grenade hit, not gonna be that big of a deal. Didn't have time to do the slingshot off stage. That's gonna be, no, not gonna be a back air actually. Oh, what the? That was crazy. I've never seen up air into spot dodge up tilt before. Maybe it's a thing, but I haven't seen it before. Metal Blade, not going to be anything. C4 did fall, so Peabnut does not have to be scared of it. Metal Blade and grenade, 189. Sorry, my microphone was in the way. 189 on Apollo Kage right now. That is kind of ridiculous. That's a lot of percent. Grenade, not going to be the kill. And of course, not going to lead to a combo at that percent at all. Metal Blade forward air almost was a little bit too early. There was honestly so much hit lag. Maybe it's, a different amount based on the percent, because I feel like sometimes at higher percent, some moves have more hit lag. That is going to be a forward air finally. But even though AK had a really, really prolonged stock, he also didn't get any damage on Peabnut. He's still only at 57. And he's literally basically has an entire stock lead now. Finally gets a dash attack under, but the dash attack pings with that leaf shield. One of the best things about leaf shield for sure. And suddenly we have an even game. Well, sorry, even game by that I mean even percent while Peabnut is up a stock. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Yeah, that top plat, having Rush be there as well, very, very nice for Peabnut. Gonna be able to disengage top plat. Yeah, this is huge. Like, this is such a big difference, being able to just jump on that top plat. The verticality for Snake, not great. Also, if anyone in charge of events is watching and you want to hire me for commentary, do so. I like commentating. Oh, gets the up smash out of shield. Finally, I've been waiting for him to do that against the jumpy aerials of Snake there. Ooh, reversal with the with the back air. Uh-oh, AK off stage. Yeah, again, wrong side, so it's going to be, like, that's kind of like the saving grace for Snake in this matchup. He's able to recover close to stage, and then he basically only has to worry about forward air. But suddenly this percent is racking up even more, 39% on AK's last stock, Apollo Kage. What are you going to do to even take a stock against this Mega Man menace? Yeah, trying to throw these grenades at top plat, but not caring. There is a C4 on that platform, so you got to be careful, but he does immediately reverse the situation. And yeah, dude, drop off up is so good. Oh, he doesn't get the full jab lock. Unfortunate, because sometimes there's like super weak jab locks, and that's actually what happened there. If that was a normal jab lock, it would have been fine, but I think the pellet was too weak in that position, so he actually just kind of like immediately got up. So the up tilt whiffs. So that is going to be the stock for AK, but a little bit unfortunate there for Peabnut, but he's looking real comfortable here. This would be like one of the most insane comebacks I've ever seen. Like, this would be like on the level of Gluto versus Ken back at, I think that was Delfino Mazza or Smash Factor, one of them, I don't remember. I think it was Delfino. Okay, hitting a C4, so getting some damage, but the leave shield gonna do almost as much. Has the platform there as well. Mix-ups, up airs, and Snake, what are you gonna do about this up B? No, doesn't go for it. AK trying his best to get some percent, finds a C4, Peabnut a little bit unaware, and of course Peabnut trying to be careful, not overextend, and then like lose his stock for it, but AK getting some damage. Either way, again, this would still be crazy, but you can't be super comfortable. Double grenade, that's up tilt percent now with the amount of rage that AK has, but you have to still play perfect. Because if you don't play perfect, you're going to hit by like a single forward air or a single back air, and you're just going to die. And if you do anything unsafe on shield, that's going to be just up smash out of shield. Frame 7, it's going to kill you. Doing a good job, though. Has Peabnut at 141. Has to hit this. Nikita does, but it hits the okay, it doesn't matter. It kills anyway, so Apollo Kage after the... Oh, God. Up smash? No? Okay. Peabnut has to clutch up a little bit. He can't get hit by all these C4s that he did in the previous stock, but again, like, one hit is going to be the game. Like, literally a single forward air, a single back air, those are going to be the stock. Trying to check with the forward smash just in case Apollo Kage decided to be a little bit greedy or do like a short hop or something. I like the up tilt at low percent. Uh-oh, that grenade hitting him is huge. The metal blade didn't disappear though, so Peabnut was not able to throw one. I like the running off stage. I think running off stage is actually an underrated thing to do. It's a little bit scary as Snake, who has a, you know, definitely a sometimes exploitable recovery. Is Peabnut just going for the timeout? There is a minute left. So maybe he is just going for a timeout saying, I don't need to engage, I don't need to get this last hit, you have to come to me and deal about 100% before you hit me with an up tilt. So it does look like that's going to be what he's trying for. He's not throwing out any moves, he's literally just going for rush, and this is of course the alternate win condition that Battlefield provides in like really well for Mega Man, because like look at this, it's been like 30 seconds since I've been talking about it. Finds a back air when AK extended, so the threat of the timeout causes the good situation, and that is going to be 3-1 for Peabnut to advance into top 8 winners, where he beat Toon in winners finals, he beat Mutace, and then in grand finals, Sonics reset the bracket. Sonics losing to Mutace had quite the long losers run, 9th, 7th, 5th, 4th, and 3rd, and then resets the bracket versus Peabnut, so we're going to be watching set 2 or true finals of Let's Make Moves Miami. Whew. Sonics resets the bracket in a pretty close game 5. Peabnut takes a little snack and he's re-energized, re-upping that HP, and now we are going to go into game 1. So the thing about this matchup is Mega Man has a surprisingly good amount of tools to deal with spin dash, because you have pellet to kind of force it out, and if you're not close enough, the invincibility of the spin dash isn't going to do too much, and I believe leaf shield as well as pellets will actually stop spin charge as well, at least if it's on the ground. So it has a good amount of tools, but of course the thing about Sonic in this matchup is he's going to be able to edge guard. Oh wow, Metal Blade also does it. Yeah, he's going to be able to combo and edge guard Mega Man quite well. Ooh, the turnaround with the side B to get that forward air was super clean by Sonics. Not going to get the 2 frame there, so Mega Man going to get hit. 19% lead, did my math wrong. Ooh, but the up tilt through the spin dash was kind of crazy low-key. Again, I didn't watch set 1, so I don't know the levels of reads and everything that's been happening. That up tilt seems insane to go for. Doesn't get a back air there, though. Sonic's a little bit careful in that position. lands on platform trying to get a roll in or something, but not going to bite. But either way, this is a percent lead, 40% for Peabnut. Has to be careful again of getting hit off stage because Sonic's edge guarding. Sonic's is, and like Sonic the character and Sonic's the player both have amazing edge guarding. Gets the roll read again. Not going to be able to hit that up smash though, a little bit too spaced for Sonic's. Yeah, Sonic's trying to find his way in, but Peabnut just with single pellets kind of making it a little bit difficult, also threatening forward airs, so if Sonic's is wrong, he's going to get hit. Yeah, pellet stopped the down B, and then still hit him with the second and third ones. Spin forward air is going to be good, but a little bit too close. The back air does come out. The double jump going to be huge there for Peabnut. Ooh, tried to get the landing. That would have been really good. That is one of the places Sonic is vulnerable, but not going to there. Oh, Saibie actually hitting Sonic, so he is going to have to disengage. He doesn't even get hit by the final one. Crazy. That move sucks. Both characters at high percents. I don't quite... he has rage. Yeah, not going to kill, but still good position. Is able to get hit there. No, beautiful recovery by Sonic's. I mean, sorry, by Peabnut. Sonic's was doing a really good job tracking. Gets the forward air anyway. That is going to be the stock 181 on him. That is a sneeze by Mega Man. So maybe literally even like a third pellet. I was going to say a third pellet, but he uses literally the strongest move he has in up tilt. So that is going to be even stocks, and Metal Blade back air is going to trade, or sorry, is going to hit and trade percent for what Sonic's just did as well with the Nair. Very, very close game one so far. Like, Sonic as a character is definitely explosive when it comes to damage. Spin into forward air, spin into Nair does so much damage. Up air combos are huge. Uh-oh, with an air dodge off stage. Okay, he had his double jump, so everything was fine. And the forward air almost comes out there. Pellet trading with spin is honestly crazy. Like, making it clash, that is such a good tool. We saw, Spargo do that as well with the plant jab. It's just like being able to stop the spins means that a lot of the explosiveness is going to be kind of neutered for Sonic in this matchup because he's going to have to run up, and he doesn't really have a lot of great combo starters at mid percents other than spin. Like, his grab isn't great. Like, he literally needs to hit like Nair, and it's pretty unlikely that he's going to get that. As I say that, he hits Nair, and that's the combo, right? Like, that's literally what he's going to have to do because he can't spin. Of course, he can still threaten it because he's not going to take a ton of damage from going for spins for the most part. Gets it over the Saibie there, just found the good timing for it. And yeah, that spring going to be great for getting at a disadvantage. Again, trying to use up tilt to beat out spin dash. Footstool out of shield on the auto cancel up air. That's kind of insane. And going under saying, hey, I don't want to deal with this ledge trap. I'm good. Pellet's not going to hit away, so Peabnut did have a mix-up there, but not going to find it. Of course, doesn't want to commit to anything crazy. Leave shield, more damage, but an F-tilt punish on the toss. Oh my god, he's going so low to edgeguard him, but again, finding a way through Peabnut. Uh-oh. Okay, not enough time for an up-tilt, but still going to be good damage, but Sonic's firing back with the anti-edgeguard back air. It feels so greedy when the Sonic players do it, but it hits like 90% of the time and finds the back air off the runoff platform. That is going to be a stock again for Sonic's with the lead. Let's see how Peabnut closes this one out, because he closed the other one out at 180 with an up tilt, but he's at 100%. That's up tilt percent if he's ready for it. Yeah, finds another Nair. That's what I'm talking about. That Nair is going to basically be the main combo move for Sonic right now. Finding 2 at low percent is going to be pretty good, so let's see what Peabnut does to close out the stock. Has the good position and just has the slight delay, making Sonic comfortable to drop shield. Does so and then gets hit by back air. Beautiful timing by Peabnut, and we have an even stock, even though the game, of course, is still slightly Sonic's favor. Ooh, oh, the homing attack not working out. That would have been huge. No double jump right now on Sonic's. Okay, doesn't matter. Early up B to just avoid the back air entirely, and Peabnut is down about 80%, pretty close to death percent. I mean, is at death percent if he gets hit by like a spin into forward air. Ooh, that would have been huge. Up air not going to work. Trying to get these mix-ups again. It's so weird when Peabnut becomes aggressive because you're so used to him being so passive that when he just decides to hit a bunch of buttons in your face, you're kind of like never ready for it. You're expecting him to back up after every button, and then when he does 3 or 4 in your face, you're just like, oh god, what do I do? And it looks like Sonic's got a little bit flustered, took about 5% there. Oh, that's a... Oh, the pineapple, that's gonna be the stock. Double jumping a little bit too late there. If he wanted to recover to the left, he had to do it earlier. That happens to me all the time, just a little bit too late, and the bonk on the ceiling proved they were too much. Peabnut smiling at it in the player cam. He's like, hell yeah, Sonic deserves to die like that, which, like, so true, bestie. And that is going to be 1-0 for Peabnut. Game 2, back to small battlefield. I think Sonic's liked his overall plan in that match. He just, you know, died at low percent that last stock. Again, he was winning. So, yeah, I don't blame him for going back. Okay, gets double up air, but not going to hit the platform. I think messed up his fast fall, or maybe didn't think he was going to land on platform. I'm curious to see if Mega Man players, or like why Mega Man players don't go for down tilt to 2-frame. I don't know if it's like worth it versus Sonic, but it seems like you get some percent. I guess Peepnut would just rather the good position rather than like a potential to 2-frame with a lingering move. Yeah, trying to find that Nair. Could have been Nair F smash, but not going to find it there. And Peepnut going to get a punish here, charge up smash on that homing attack. And right now we have 13% lead for Sonics. Oh, it's going to be huge. No, it doesn't get the RAR. I'm pretty sure you can loop RAR Metal Blade back air drag downs. That could have been huge. It's definitely something I want to actually lab just for funsies, because like that seems huge if you can do that, because you just get Metal Blade back air until the Metal Blade disappears, and then you get up tilt. So huge there. Evening up the percent regardless. Footstool, down B, add a shield yet again. Peepnut, he's just so ready for like everything. It's insane. He's just like, I have the add a shield punishes, I have the combos, I have the callouts. Like, he's just such a well-rounded player. It is actually ridiculous how just like he's ready for literally everything. Like, he has his aggressive moments, he has his passive gameplay in general, right? Like, it's not like, you know, this isn't like the most exciting, oh my god, he's running at him and there's a bunch of interactions, because it's Mega Man versus Sonic. Like, what do you expect? But he's just so ready for all these positions. He's so aware of everything going on. He's definitely one of the bigger brain players in the scene, you know. Oh, and I love the fact that he goes for that side B on the edge of the stage, right, preventing Sonic from going close to the edge with the recovery. So he goes a little bit further out, but because he knows he's going to go for a little bit further out, he goes for a downer. This is exactly what he does. You know, I think it's what he did versus Mia as well to close out the set that he won versus him. But the downer does slightly miss, but finds the forward air on the reversal attempt for Sonics, and that is going to be Peepnut with the stock lead this time. Unfortunately, the homing attacks have not been working out for Sonics in this game, and I know that, like, again, I think that move's really good, but it sucks that it has been, I don't know if it's like Peepnut's movement that has been making it difficult, but again, yeah, he hits this forward air and just like backs up entirely. Is complete, like, it's so interesting because I've never seen a player be so fine with just taking 2 extra percent over and over and over again. I know that's kind of like Mega Man's MO, but like, it's still insane to have the mental fortitude to be like, I hit him, my advantage state, 2 more percent. Like, and be fine with that. Like, that's crazy. Like, it does add up, of course, like 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3. Like, you'll eventually get to pretty high numbers pretty quickly, but it's still kind of insane to like have that mental fortitude. Especially in a game where like there are so many characters in this game, like even like Sonic, that's just like, I'm gonna do 50, and to just be okay with like, I'm gonna do 4 is wild. Finds the Metal Blade back air. Dude, he's playing so well. He's barely gotten hit this entire game. Hits him with the Metal Blade, tries to get the downer, but unfortunately a little bit too close to the stage, so it does ping it. But god damn, this is really good. Finds the runoff back air again. That's the second time that's happened this set for Sonics. But still, 112 is quite the deficit. DIing away from the platform, of course, because that's going to be all the percent you can get. Forward air, just going to kill. Not DIing correctly is Sonics. So that is going to be Peabnut with basically an entire stock lead, and you know, Sonic's trying to recompose himself there. Why does that combo? That's so crazy. If I liked Sonic more, I would say, yeah, he deserves it, but I don't like that character, so he doesn't deserve it. And again, Peepnut running around the platform, just trying to make it as difficult as he can for Sonics to get a big open up, because again, Sonics has one of the strongest advantage states in the game. He's so good at it. Trying to find that Nair there, again, that's what I'm talking about. Those Nairs are going to be huge, but unable to, and suddenly 31% onto Sonics already, and even though he's getting a couple, there's pretty good damage. The downer just come, oh my god, that was so much damage! What the hell? That was like 30%. Down air into the landing, weak fair into grab was so good for Peepnut. Also, it was kind of obscured by, well, I don't know if it was actually obscured and if it was just the fact that, you know, there's a banner at the top, but it was a little hard to see that he was going for downer because of the transition from the magnifying glass to the not magnifying glass. And suddenly, you know, Sonics is at 76%, unable to find a big hit so far. I mean, got some good damage. Okay, nice falling up air. That was super good. Gets a back air. Not going to be the kill, but offstage position is going to be uncomfortable. Does he have a double jump? Yes, he does. And that is going to be even more damage from the crash bomb, more damage from the leaf shield, and trying to keep this advantage state. Peepnut basically 1 hit away from winning if he gets the right hit. Is it difficult to get the right hit versus Sonics? Yes, but he's randomly found up tilts a lot, so I'm not going to doubt it. And either way, just content getting 2-3% more over and over again, because eventually more and more moves will kill. Back throw will start killing. Random forward airs across stage will be killing. So even though he has plenty of kill options right now, that doesn't mean he doesn't want more. And Peabnut, just again, look at this composure, not running in when he's literally one hit away from going up 2-0 in this set. And he's completely content to eventually get that kill, knowing that Sonics doesn't really have that much of a way to get through. The forward air whiffs, the forward air for Peabnut connects, and that's going to be 2-0. That second stock was incredible for Peabnut. You see him kind of like breathing a sigh of relief. He's like, okay, one more game. That doesn't mean that that doesn't mean I win. Doesn't mean I'm out of it, but I need to keep playing like this. And goddamn, is he playing well. Game 3 gonna go to Hollow Bastion. I like this pick for Sonics. I think it's really good because in order for Peabnut to have center stage, he has to be under platform, which means that if Sonics is able to find a grab, he can get one of his large, like 60-70% combos. And if he doesn't want, if Peabnut doesn't want that to happen, he has to play more towards the edge, which means that if Sonics gets a good hit, it can lead to an edge guard. So he's trying to maximize the potential for his advantage states. And even though neutral might be a little bit harder, because now in center stage, there's a platform there and he has to kind of get that grab to get big damage, he's just banking on the fact that he'll be right. Yeah, has Peabnut in the offstage position. Again, that doesn't necessarily mean much right now. Okay, down tilts into forward tilt. Sonics has the lead right now, finds the spin on the landing. And the invincibility goes through the leaf shield there. And again, suddenly 90%. This is literally what I'm talking about. The advantage has just been a little bit stronger for Sonics overall. Spin into Nair. The back air not going to hit there, though. Neutral kind of finally gotten back into for Peabnut. So this is going to be the slow gameplay that we're kind of see the chipping, the whittling away. But Sonics finds a dash attack through a pellet and actually trades with it. Ooh, nice find with the spin forward air, and that is going to be Sonics taking the first stock lead in quite some time. So what does Peabnut do to respond to this? Because I feel like this is just like a big lead. You have to keep playing your game, but of course Sonics, when he has the stock lead, is quite a bit more comfortable. Yeah, Leaf Shield's going to go through that one because the invincibility is only at the beginning, the first half of that little bounce up. So many Metal Blade hits right now, trying to get so many things, but Sonic's holding down, going to get double up air, back air, and send Peabnut off stage, which again is ideal. Trying to get Sonics on ledge, but not going to. Avoids the homing attack, and that is going to be the up tilt, only 45%. That's not that bad when you are fighting against a Sonic. Gonna, rush to kind of make it a little bit more difficult for Sonics to get anything. Leaf Shield as well, gonna chip on 5% for the aggression that Sonic had, but again, finding that landing Nair, that is what I'm talking about. That's one of, it's such a good combo tool in general, but it's really, really important for Sonics in this matchup specifically because the spins are going to be a little bit less effective than they ordinarily are. How safe is that up air on shield? That looks crazy. Forward air has him at advantage, but again, Sonic air dodge is also super good with the air mobility. Okay, that's not gonna be the stock. Back air? That could have been huge. That was almost the stock. Peabnut again just having barely mistimed down airs. He's hitting the stage just a little bit, but either way has really evened up the percent, only down 40%, but at this percent that matters a little bit less because of the strength of Mega Man's kill moves. Okay, misses the position a little bit, does not get footstool out of shield there. He's missing his defensive options just a little bit more frequently. But Leaf Shield there, gonna attack on some percent, tries to get a forward smash, has Sonics in an uncomfortable position. Metal Blade again, pinging with spin. Sonic's trying to mash something between it, which I don't blame him for. I think that's actually really smart, but not able to. Beautiful air dodge in. That back air probably wouldn't have been the stock, but it would have been close. And just finds a random back air. Peabnut not expecting it. Didn't want to burn a defensive option for the threat of it. That looked really weird. But now Sonics has the stock lead, and Peabnut needs to equalize this pretty soon, or I feel like this can spiral pretty hard. No empty jump there for Peabnut. Sonics was ready for it. Yeah, Leaf Shield trying to interrupt the spin. Again, it seems like Mega Man has a surprisingly high amount of tools to deal with the general Sonic game plan. I don't know what this matchup would be considered. It looks kind of even from my perspective, because I feel like if Mega Man has the lead, it can be pretty hard for Sonics to bring it back. Sonics as in Sonic plural, just because he has so many options to deal with spin, but also when Sonic has the lead, it feels a little bit difficult for Mega Man, so I don't know, it's probably even. Trying to find a forward smash on, a greedy movement option by Sonics, the player, and this is going to be just kind of like a slow standstill. Sonics is okay with this because he's taking a little bit of percent, but percent doesn't really matter when you need to die in order for Peabnut to get a victory. He's also not grabbing the ledge very often. He's just kind of getting greedy with going on stage because Peabnut's respecting it too much. Which I don't blame him for respecting it too much because you don't want to randomly get Nair or back aired, but Yeah, that Metal Blade is so lethal, which is so funny because it's such a weak move, but it literally will lead to kills. Almost gets double up air there. Huge percent right now for Sonic's drag down. Not going to be correct there. Or sorry, not going to hit its mark, I guess. It was a little bit too much of a gap. Back air trading. Forward throw, that's not on purpose. That should have been a back throw, that should have been a kill. And you kind of see Peabnut laugh in the player cam. He's just like, ah, man, it happens in these scrambles because it was a weird position. So this is looking like Sonic's game right now. Peabnut finally finding the kill on that shield skid by the Sonic spin, trying to get some type of disadvantage going with the Metal Blade. Sorry, with Rush. Gets a grab though. Not gonna, that downer's not going to kill even if it hits. So he's just trying to get some percent. But again, this 2 or 3% style, is that going to be enough to overcome a 100% lead in a minute 15 without even getting hit in the first place? He's doing it right now already. 26, 38, 40% on Sonics. It's working. I'm talking shit, but it's working. Oh, finds a spin. Doesn't get the actual big hit, but Peabnut jumps back into the nair. Back air is such a threat here. No air dodge for Sonic, so no up tilt chance. I mean, 58% is a little bit too low, so 63. Metal Blade finds an up air, but it doesn't actually hit Sonic through the spin. It was one of the weak hits, so it didn't actually do anything. Unfortunate. 43 seconds on the clock and about an 80% deficit. Misses the double jump. Sonic's just not hitting the confirm. That could have been the game. And at this point, I'm scared because a Metal Blade, a back air, drag down, any of those things can be the stock right now for Peabnut. And Sonic's is still approaching. Why is he approaching? This is crazy. Dude, I'm running. 80%, I'm running. Okay, finds the hit. Doesn't get a big one. That could have been a turn-on up tilt, but Peabnut wasn't ready for it. Does he win this game? Oh, no back air? There it is, but missed it there. No punish on the dash attack. Sonic's too fast, and Mega Man not fast enough on the ground. 5 seconds has to be a big hit here. Sonic literally can just run off stage and do, yeah, spring. Oh my god. Kind of scary. That would have been a crazy way to win a major. But that is going to be 2-1 for Peabnut. Sonic's taking a game, though, playing really well, but Peabnut was kind of getting that momentum back at the end. He just missed a couple of opportunities, and that is all you need for a player like Sonic's to capitalize and win that game. Peabnut going back to small battlefield, liking the biplat layout, and of course doesn't want to give Sonic all the space to run like you would on like you have on PS2. And hey, 5% lead, you're good, you're chilling. 5% lead, you know what time it is. I've been watching too much Good Mythical Morning. That was supposed to be, you know, the vibes, but that's okay. Fair drag down not going to work yet again, and suddenly Peabnut starting off with about a 40% lead. Ooh, nice back air, finds 61%. Sonic's is so good at sneaking in these back airs. Suddenly the percent is basically even though Peabnut had quite the percent lead at the beginning. And by quite the percent lead, I mean like 40%. That's like one hit for Sonic. But, you know, it's a little bit hard for Sonic to get these big hits, so, you know, it's still impressive to make these comebacks. Yeah, Peabnut stabilizing the neutral, likes the side platform so he can grab the Metal Blades a little bit easier, a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, spot dodging the nair. I mean, can't footstool down B it at a shield, which is definitely an option. Forward airing through. Sonic's trying to get something in advantage there, which I don't blame him for, but Peabnut was just ready for it. Metal Blade. Nope, not Metal Blade. Jab. Trying to get the Z drop there, not going to. And Sonic's, again, he's kind of been living and dying by those ledge hop aerials or like the greedy ledge options. He's gotten hit for it a couple times, which has led Peabnut to have leads, but also he has kind of gotten out of sticky situations because of them. Still no double jump on Sonic's. Okay, doesn't try to double jump and doesn't get put in a weird position. Both players swinging right now. Metal Blade angled up right is going to get through there. Oh, and just gets a forward air off of the pellet, one of the pellets into like short hop forward air. Sonic's tried to, I don't know if it was on purpose that he tried to get a forward smash, but he did throw out forward smash in this position. Maybe it was just trying to F-tilt. Maybe he thought he was going to be in the air, so that was like a back air or a forward air. But either way, Peabnut with the stock lead. Thanks, Twitch. Love ads. Now that Peabnut has the stock lead, Sonic's is going to have to find a way in to get this stock, but it's so hard against a player as comfortable camping as Peabnut, right? And going to try to get some damage, and again, that 2-3% from every pellet is going to add up, especially when you have the deficit. Look at this, 47%, tries to get the mix up there, does actually get up air forward air, almost DIs so poorly that it kills him. That would have been insane. And suddenly 86%, right? This was like off of a lot of 2 and 3% hits, literally one up air forward air, a couple Metal Blades, and suddenly Sonic's is at death percent again. Like, Like, that is the spiraling of Mega Man. He's just playing so well. And again, this year, Peanut has been playing so well. Comic Palooza, where he lost to Shiny Mark. I forget what tournament he won. I forget what it was called. But, you know, getting top 8 at a lot of majors. First place, second place at majors. Hi, Fern. And that is going... It's just such impressive play, and now beating a lot of the titans of the game. I mean, has beat Mia before. You know, had a really good Supernova run as well this year. And Sonics finally finds a back air, God bless, taking the stock, but he's already at death percent. So one good hit, and Peepnut's up an entire stock in this game 4. Again, has to recover out, gets spiked. No, sorry, gets hit by downer, does not get spiked. Specifically does not get spiked. But finds a forward air. Sonics is trying to find his way in and is unable to. Peabnut has an entire stock lead in this game 4. One stock separates him from his second major victory at all. Second major victory this year, and he is looking incredibly dominant right now over one of the titans of the game. And not only do you have to get this percent and get these kills, you also have to do it remembering the clock. Granted, there's almost half the entire time left of this game, right? Only like a minute less than the halfway point. But it is still really, really difficult for Sonics to find a way in. He needs to find big damage, needs to find a big edge guard or something, and has to do it in enough time that there is no timeout threat where he will have to be getting a little bit more desperate. As we saw at the end of the last game. Oh, almost just gets a spike. I mean, and as I'm saying that, like, I'm like, Sonics has to find a way in. Like, Peepnut is just, like, slowly racked up 81%, gets another up tilt if that was the sweet spot that might have been the game. 96%, almost at 100, and, like, this is just crazy. Like, Peepnut is just so good at racking up damage over time. Down air landing, spot dodge, but Sonics reads it. He's still playing well offensively, right? It's just really hard to play well offensively against the wall that is Peepnut. Spin forward air, trying to get a back air, not going to be able to. And again, the little chip of damage with the pellet. Just extra 2%, no big deal, but those type of positions are what leads Peepnut to get 2, 7, 10, 20, 40% over the course of a game, and it is huge. Forward smash not going to hit. Nice spin jump by Sonics, but he is at 110%. Not only is he losing this stock, but he still has to do an entire other stock of a comeback. Like, if this was last stock, I would still be nervous for Sonics, but it is not last stock. Peepnut literally is like 2 stocks. Very comfortable here, just again getting 2, 3%, 4%, and it's just adding up to a position that is so ruthless. Metal Blade back air, one of the best kill confirms in the game, and Peepnut taking it here, and I want to hear the pop-off.
Able to get it done. The blue bomber trumps the blue blur today. Look at this pop-off. He is thrilled with him.
Love Peepnut. Love the pop-offs. He is so good. Congrats to Peepnut for winning Let's Make Moves Miami or Lumin. I don't know if it's still Luminosity. I don't know if they just didn't have time to redo all the banners. I don't know what's going on with Luminosity. So if you know, you can let me know in the comments down below. And while you're done, don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, ring the bell. I'd appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what else you want me to watch. Peepnut, congrats. He's so good. There's the trophy. And I will see you all next time. Peace.